So we're getting things together for the cartoon paint job on the Danger Ranger. So let me go through some of the goodies that we have here. Things are getting piled up. This is my old paint gun. I've had it for years. Not gonna clean it up anymore, but this will shoot just fine. I did have to get some desiccant dryers to remove any liquids from the air supply. So I have that ready to go. Got plastic pre-tape for covering up what doesn't need to be painted. I've got some fabric dye for the sun visors. We talked about that in the previous episode. Now, get a load of this here. I basically have a color coat of silver metallic and the reducer and the hardener. And then I also have some clear coat, high gloss clear coat. That's going to coat everything. And then I also have some high build primer because there is rust. There's substantial rust on the Ranger's roof. Now, I'm not really looking at matching the silver with the vehicle I got because it's all about contrasts and lines when it comes to 2D drawings or 2D paint jobs. So what I'll do is with this base coat that I do have, the silver base coat, I will cover basically the roof and the top portion, maybe the hood also, of the Ranger so that it's all consistent in that part. But then we'll also use this to contrast the sides and the silver that's already there. And this, I think, is pretty cool. I've got a darker gray that we can shoot on there for more highlights. And this is what I'm pretty excited about, is a metallic blue. And I was looking for a purple. So if I can find a purple, I'm going to get that also. And this will also provide some highlights to the silver. And then last but not least, I've got black and white paint pens. And we're going to do that to sharpen the gaps and the lines on the Ranger. Now I do have a couple pens coming in. I've got a silver pen and I've got a blue pen that's coming in also for even greater highlights, and we'll see how that goes. I guess that comes down to the artistic preferences of the painter, which is me. And so we'll throw this all together, put it together and start working on it here shortly. I've got just about everything I need except for those two other pens. And we're going to have to roll my Cherokee out, my Project Cherokee. I'm going to roll that out. Look at that. Look at how good that lift kit looks. That's a long travel 5-inch suspension kit. We're going to roll that out so that we've got room. However, we're going to do the majority of the body work and the sanding outside on the Ranger because I don't want to bring all that stuff in. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on all the goodies that we have. And this will be starting the cartoon paint video. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is basically scuffing, knocking the rust and loose paint off. We're also going to take the pinstripes off because we'll probably, if we're going to pinstripe it, we'll do it with the marker pens, or I should say the paint pens. And basically we'll start sanding it down, and then I'll take a look at it and make a decision on whether or not we try to get some of these dents out. not so keen on that, but want to get all the loose stuff off, get it cleaned, painted, and don't forget we're going to replace these. These are expensive, man. I was really surprised. Okay, so let's get busy. We're going to get work on that, and I'll film a little bit of the tedious task of cleaning this mess up. All right, so this is a decal eraser, and basically you put that on your drill or your air tool, and you can actually buff off the pinstripes and decals, etc. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Where we've gotten so far, I've basically, all the areas that had raw metal, I've basically gone through and cleaned them up, scuffed them down. Got area, this needs to be taken down a little bit further. So I've got a few more areas to do, and then I'm going to run 320 over the whole vehicle, and then start washing it, prepping it, getting it ready to go. And then we'll decide on if we want to knock these little dents out or Bondo over them or what we're going to do with that. But check this out. I got these on Amazon, and these are quite affordable. And so we're going to replace those. Those are, the old ones are rotted. So we're going to pull those off so we can get a decent paint job on there. And hopefully I don't have to go through and take these side view mirrors off. But I'll get that filmed and we'll go through it little by little. And then, you know, once we get it taped off and cleaned up, everything will go pretty fast. And a little bit of progress on the Danger Ranger. Basically, I have it all scuffed. I started out with 80, and then I stepped up to 220. That's where we're at now. 220 basically knocked the clear coat down. The 80 basically took off all the peeling paint. And the black is rust converter, Rust-Oleum rust converter. Hopefully there's not going to be a conflict between the chemical makeup of the Rust-Oleum versus what I'm going to put on here next. But this is where we're at. This only took about an hour to go through. And so next, I'm going to start stripping it down. Either pull the parts off or tape them up. Pull the windshield wipers off, etc. And then get this thing tore down to where I can start putting primer and color on it. So let's see where we're at now. We've got the majority of the scuffing and the strip down done. We've gone through, we pulled the grill, the headlights, the lamps, windshield washer, wipers off, etc., etc. Tail lamps are off. Okay, so now one of the things that we want to do, like I said, if I don't do it, I know that I'll regret it. Is there's this section here where the paint is cracked. However, it's still really stuck to the surface. But I know that that cracking paint, I can feel it, so I know that that's going to show up. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can blend that in, and if I can't blend it in, I'm going to have to take it off. All right, so I'll get that recording. Okay, we ran into a bit of a delay. It's nicer now, but the whole day was shot because of rain. So take a quick walk around here and we see that all the stuff's been pulled and scuffed. I ran 320 over the whole vehicle and it is very, very close. And I also took some more of the rough paint that was popping and peeling. I brought that down and blended it in. So now, do a little bit of detail work, because I'll know I'll regret it if I don't do it now. But this section here, all my fault. I took one of my 35-inch tires off of my J10 pick-em-up truck, and it took off on me and rolled down the hill and smacked it into the side here. And I pulled it out, but you can still see that there's a gap there. So I'm going to push that out. It doesn't have to be perfect, at least not for Rocky anyway. But I'm going to push that out so that it's closer, or so it doesn't catch somebody's eye as easily. And I'm going to push that out a little bit, and basically that's the majority of the body work. I think I'm going to pull the bumpers off too, because I don't want to work around them, and I'm really thinking about, I don't want to paint them. I want to modify them, maybe make some pre-runner bumpers or something. So I'm going to take them off so that I can do a cleaner job on the paint. So I'm going to get this video done and out, and then from there we'll be closer to paint, and I'll get the first video out. So this video is going to not have any paint on it. It's just going to be the prep. So I'll get a video out to you guys, and And then the next video will show the steps in the paint. All right. GoPro, stop recording.